Yo, what's going on guys? It's Anime1 back here with a new video, and today I'm here with a new series of What If Naruto was neglected and was taken away by Obito. So if you guys like the content in the channel, please subscribe to the channel, and while you're at it, also like this video. So without any delay, let's begin the video. So before I start this one off, Naruto is gonna be half or 25% Uchiha because of Minato, who is half Uchiha and half Namikaze, and because of that reason, Naruto is gonna pretty much be an Uchiha, or at least for half of it. Right, so we pretty much begin the Nine Tails attack as the same as it did in canon. Minato has the Mangekyo Sharingan as well as the normal Sharingan since he is half Uchiha. And because of that reason, Minato beats Obito even more badly than he did in the original. And he pretty much pushes back Obito. The Nine Tails is extracted from Kushina, and the Nine Tails starts wreaking havoc in the Hidden Leaf Village. As this happens, Minato and Kushina were planning to seal the Nine Tails inside of one of their sons. And in this case, there's only Menma and Naruto, no Mito or anything. Just Menma and Naruto. This would have happened. Hiruzen would have came and just knocked out Minato, and then just did the Reaper Death Seal himself, and yeah, that would pretty much be it. After doing the Reaper Death Seal himself, he would seal most of the or all of the Nine Tails inside of Menma and half of it inside Kushina. This way that Kushina can survive as well as Menma can survive, since Kushina could not handle the full blunt of the Nine Tails inside of her, so he does seal half of it. After this happens, and the time skip does happen. Time skip, I mean, the normal stuff does happen. Minato stays hospitalized for a few days, and the village returns to normal as we skip to a 4-year time skip. A little boy is watching over his family who are training. Naruto is watching over Menma, Mito, and Kushina who are training and looking like a family, or any happy family as that may be. But this was not really true. This is not really a truly happy family. From Naruto could always tell that. And why was this not truly a happy family? Because, well, one of their member was not happy, and that was Naruto. He was not happy with how things were. His parents always focused on Menma, and it was getting to him. Whenever he and Menma had a disagreement or arguments about something, his parents would always support Menma and just tell Naruto to back off and just give Menma whatever he wants. He knew that his parents didn't hate him, but it was getting to him, as in few days it was gonna be their birthday. Soon, their birthday does come in the October of 10th. As that happens, Naruto, Menma, and his family are having a nice little meeting, as they invited everyone from the village to attend the party of their twins. This would have happened, many people would have attended the party, including the heads of all the clan heads, and their heirs would have, mainly those would be the ones who would have attended, and the huge or the influential merchants in the village as well. Once they would have entered, Minato would have just hit a spoon in his glass to get everyone's attention, to say, good morning everyone. Thank you for all of you coming here, and today I'm here to make an announcement. As I'm not giving my son any kind of birthday gift, at least physically, but I'm gonna give him something even more greater. As you would look at Menma, who would just smile at him. I'm giving Menma the position of the clan head of the Namikaze clan. As Minato would say that all the people would cheer on, but few people would not. Naruto was the elders of the two, and that meant Shisui and Naruto, Shisui in particular, just looked back at Naruto in shock, as the boy's eyes were widened because, well, Naruto, unlike Menma, was smart. He read stuff, and because of that, he knew that if the elder child does not become the clan heir, he was pretty much disowned. So that meant Naruto just ran out of the house, with Suisui following soon, as Minato and Kushina just looked at the Naruto who ran out of the house, just thinking, oh, maybe he is in a bad mood or something. As eventually, Suisui just catches up to Naruto, who is sitting at the Hokage monument, just looking down at the village. Naruto, Suisui would say, don't say anything, Suisui. I sort of expected this. Naruto would say as Suisui would look at him and shake his head. No, you shouldn't have. Honestly, I think they're just ignoring the fact that you'll not become the clan here. It's honestly sad. As Sushi would say that, Naruto would look down. It was always been like this. From the moment I could speak, everything was overshadowed by Menma, even if I was better than him. I don't know why my parents dote on him so much. It was as if they're sort of scared of him, as if he'll release something. I don't know what lies in this. There's nowhere to say that he would just look up at the sky. And then Cece would look at him. I understand. As Cece would say that, he would look at Naruto. He would sit beside Naruto and look at his face, and his eyes would widen as Naruto's blue eyes had turned into red, with two tomoes in each of them. Naruto. He would say as Naruto would look at him. Look at this. As Susu would say that, he would point out a kunai, and Naruto would look at his own reflection. That's... I've unlocked the Sharingan. Naruto would say as Susu would nod. Yes, your father was half Uchiha. I didn't think that you or Menma could unlock it since you only have 25% of the DNA, but I guess you can. Naruto would, Susu would say that Naruto would look at him. I see. And probably you're gonna be a monster. With your levels of chakra reserves, that is Uzumaki levels of chakra reserves, you can probably maintain the Sharingan for a longer period of time than even most Uchihas can. As Susu would say, the Naruto would look at him. Really? As Naruto would say that, Susu would just smile. Of course, Naruto. And eventually, all of this would happen, and soon the boys would, just go on to the tree to train on their own. Soon the rumors of the Uchiha massacre would soon in place. The Uchihas were the only few people that acknowledged Naruto and his strength and what he brought to the table. But then again, only the Uchihas were the one who noticed this, and the Uchihas were sort of hated throughout the village. As that was the case, eventually Itachi's Misuisu's death news comes out, and Naruto is the first one to hear it, as his eyes are widened as he thinks about all of this. Again, Naruto would think as his father does deliver the news stuff to him that Sisu is dead. Not again, Naruto would think, as he had lost someone or the most important person in his life. Naruto would run out of Minato's office as Minato would tell the news. Minato would not even bother going after Naruto, as he would think, yeah, man, he's my son, he's gonna be alright. Trauma is nothing, as Minato would say that Naruto would pretty much run and go to the park, where he and C-Suite played a lot. Naruto would just look around, as then he would hear someone's voice. Hey. As Naruto would hear that voice, he would turn around to see a man with a Sharingan and a mask over his face. Who are you? Naruto would ask. My name is irrelevant. Oh boy, why are you so sad? As the man would say, he would sit beside Naruto. He wanted to hear the boy out. Well, Naruto would start speaking of how he was neglected by his family and not liked by the village, since he hung out with the Uchiha clan a lot, and they would call him a failure and not good for nothing boy. As Naruto was getting overshadowed by Menma, who was getting trained by Minato and Kushina, and since Minato and Kushina are training Menma, they're not training Naruto, so Menma is a lot stronger than Naruto. As he would finish telling the masked man all of this, the masked man would just look at him. The same old, same old. It always ends up like this. As the masked man would say, the Naruto would look at him. What do you mean? Naruto would ask, his innocent eyes looking at the masked man's mysterious eyes. It always ends up like this. One child gets favored over the other. But in your case, the favoritism just, well, hit the rocket. I understand why your parents are doing this, but it still is sort of sad. As the masked man would say that, Naruto would look at him. You know my parents are doing this? Man would nod. Your brother has the Kyubi no Kitsune, the nine-tailed fox, sealed inside of him along with your mother. They both have half of it, but your brother's seal was designed in a way so that he can extract the Kyubi's power little by little, and your mother's seal was designed in a way so that she could not use the Kyubi's power at all. The Kyubi is completely locked inside of her mother, while inside of Menma, he's allowed to escape if Menma's seal is loosened enough. As the masked man would say that, Naruto would look at him. If that's the case, then yeah, they're afraid. As the masked man would say, you would look at Naruto, and you have lost someone, and that has awakened the eyes that made Madara Uchiha the fearsome man that he became. Naruto knew who Madara was because he read a lot of books. Naruto would look at you. What do you mean? Naruto would ask. As the masked man would again, in a swirling vortex, pull out a mirror out of his eyes. Naruto would look at that. That's cool, Naruto would say, as he was only 6 years old currently. As, Obito would just smile. Yeah, it is cool, isn't it? Maybe you'll have one of these. As Obito would say that, he would hand out Naruto the mirror. As Naruto would look at it in the mirror, he would see. That's the Mangekyo. Naruto would say as Obito would be surprised. You know about it. Yeah, I read it in the books. Ever since I've unlocked the Sharingan, I've been curious about it, and then, well, I read about it a lot in the Uchiha library. Naruto would say that. Obito would just look at him. Ah, I see. Naruto, do you like it in this village? As he would say that, Naruto would look at him. Honestly, he would ask, as Obito would look at him. Yeah, answer me honestly. As Naruto would say, no, I don't like it one bit. People give me weird stares for just hanging out with my friends in the Uchiha clan. And then Shisui recently, Naruto would say as tears would come out of his eyes, as he would grip the swing a lot harder. Obito would just look at the boy. He is already getting into the darkness of the Uchiha clan. Our clan is really blood-soaked destiny of hate. We'll even corrupt this boy at such a young age. I guess the sage was really nothing but a fool. As Obito would think that, he would look at Naruto. Naruto, then how about you join me? Naruto would look at the man. You're an Uchiha, and I already am joining you, aren't I? Naruto would ask, the man would shake his head. I am an Uchiha, but I'm not of this village. I am someone from outside, and I'm currently forming an organization to create peace. As Obito would say that, Naruto would look at him. Oh, peace? You mean we're a world where no one dies and everyone is friendly to each other, no one is mean? As Naruto would say that, Obito would nod. Yes, a same world like that, where there are no victors, there are no losers, there are only victors, and we're a world where everyone can achieve what they wanted. Obito would say that as he would look up at the moon that was in its full form right now. Everything is just as I said to you. A world like that is what I'm creating. But because of the villagers and their interference, I will not be able to create a world like that. But with you and your power, I can. Naruto, join me. As he would say that, Naruto would look at him. But, wouldn't they catch us if we leave the village? Obito would just ruffle Naruto's hair. No, don't worry, they won't. I guarantee you that much. But again, if you don't want to go, it's fine. Obito would say that as he would vanish and he starts to vanish in a strolling vortex. If you want to go with me, come in the Hokage monument of the fourth Hokage right at 12 a.m. sharp. As Obito would say that, Naruto would nod, and soon Obito would vanish in a swirling vortex, completely erasing his presence from there. Naruto would think in his mind, does he have the Mangekyo too? And is that his Mangekyo ability? As Obito, as soon as that would have happened, soon Naruto would start packing his things up, and then soon he would go to the Hokage monument without being detected, as Zetsu was attached to Naruto, as Obito had already planned all of this. He had already manipulated Naruto enough so that the boy would go with him. Again, Naruto is just a little child, uh, and he cannot notice when Obito is putting him in a subtle genjutsu of just leaving the village and all that stuff. So Naruto was pretty much under Obito's thumb right now. As this would have happened soon, Naruto would appear in the Hokage monument to see Obito there just standing and sitting there looking up at the village. As Obito would sense Naruto's presence, he would say, you're ready, I take it. As Obito would say that, Naruto would pretty much give him a nod, and soon they both would vanish in a swirling vortex. And this would have happened. One thing that did happen is Naruto left a letter at his home. And soon when Kushina went to call Naruto for dinner, she saw the letter and she picked it up. And the letter read, Dear Mom, Dad, or whoever finds it, I'm leaving the village. I don't feel like I'm a part of your family, especially since Menma just doesn't like me and you all seem the same. The people in the village give me weird looks for hanging out with my friends and the Uchihas. And recently, I lost one of the few people who actually cared for me with all of their heart. I did not want to be a burden to you. And the next time I return, I promise to create a peaceful world. As Naruto would say that, Kushina's eyes would widen. Minato, she would call out as Minato would immediately, appear in a yellow flash as Kushina was the one who applied chakra to his kunai, as Minato would appear and just look at Kushina. Kushina, what's wrong? As Kushina, with tears in her eyes, would show Minato the letter. Soon as that would have happened, many Anbus would appear around Minato as Minato had called them. Anbu, find my son as quick as possible. He couldn't have gone much far from the village. And this ink, as Minato would say, as he would, press on the paper which had ink in it, of course, and then the ink would, appear in Minato's hand. It had been written recently, so he couldn't have gone much far. Go, find my son and bring him back to me. As Minato would say that, all the Anbus would nod, and soon, they would go to find Naruto. Soon Kushina would break down crying, saying stuff like, we should have paid attention to him. We should have done this, that, and, we pretty much disowned him by making Menma the clan head. As Minato would, of course, agree to this. It is sort of their fault that all of this mess is happening in the first place. As eventually this would have happened, the whole ordeal, and, they would not be able to find Naruto. Because, well, how the hell would they find Naruto? He's literally teleported, kilometers away in mere seconds. So, yeah, that would not be a possibility. Soon, after everything like this happens, we cut to pretty much the academy time, in which Naruto does not attend the academy. Uchiha Massacre does not happen, actually. It is evaded by the help of Minato, who, along with Itachi, was able to convince the entirety of the Uchiha clan, and specifically, they were able to convince Danzo to move the Uchiha clan rather in the center of the village before the coup d'etat and all that stuff happened. Since the Uchiha clan has been moved to the center of the village, they are no longer having hatred and disfeelings towards the village, since they're involved in most of the things that happen in the village. meaning that Uchiha Massacre does not happen, but Shisui is still dead. Danzo still has his eye and all that stuff. Itachi has not become rogue, and pretty much all of them are having a happy-go-lucky life for at least right now. As this would have happened, the eight, all this would have happened, and we come to 8-year time skip in which all the Genins are graduating, right? All the Genins are graduating. The all the missions pretty much happen the same. Nothing really changes. Instead of Naruto, there is Menma, and then except for the tuning exams. When the tuning exams do happen, instead of Naruto fighting Gaara, it's a Menma who has fought Gaara. And since Gaara and Menma is kind of spoiled, he really cannot relate with Gaara with all this suffering of being a Jinchuriki, and then because of that, Gaara still remains on the dark side. As that would have happened soon as all this mess would have taken down, two figures would be standing over the village, as one would be really tall and one would be fairly tall for his age, but he's not tall in any matter of regard. He's just 5'6" at the bare maximum. As the boy with the blonde hair and red eyes would just look at the village. Do you miss this village? The tall one would ask. No. As the short one would say in a really low but calm and soothing voice. You're lying. The tall one would say again. Whether you want to believe me or not, it's your full concern. But I am saying the truth. Let's go. We have to get to our target. As that short one would say that, and they both would vanish, and eventually, pretty much everything goes the same. Kakashi calls Sasuke for a dumpling eating thing, and soon Kakashi, Kurenai, and Asuma are the one who find Naruto and Kisame in this mess. Eventually, Naruto and Kisame are the ones who are confronted by Kurenai and Asuma. As that would have happened soon, Asuma would say, who the hell are you and why the hell are you in our village by wearing clothing like that. Eventually, Naruto would be the one to speak. We haven't met for a long time, haven't we, Asuma-san, Kurenai-san? As Naruto would say that, they both would look at him as what the hell is going on. Soon Naruto would start unbuttoning a few few buttons of his Akatsuki cloak, and then just or drop his straw hat as he would reveal his Sharingan and blonde eyes, and his Sharingan and blonde hair with his whisker marks. As Asuma and Kurenai would smirk. Well, would you look at that? Naruto Uzumaki. As they would say that, Kisame would speak. Looks like you have quite a bit of friends here, Naruto. Well then, let me make my acquaintance. My name is Kisame Hoshigaki. I'm pretty sure you know of me. Kisame would say that, of course, Asuma and Kurenai would go on to give a strict description, as Kisame is the one who tried to kill Daimyo and whatnot, and he's a S-rank elite rogue ninja. As Asuma would speak. Naruto, you have some nerve stepping into this village, knowing that if you do, you're not getting out. At least you won't be executed or anything, but going rogue is something that we can just not forget. As Asuma would say that, Naruto would look at him. Both of you were kind to me in the past, so I suggest for your own good, do not get involved with me. I do not wish to kill you. That's funny coming from the one who left the village, and not to mention, what have you done in the Hidden Mist village? It's funny coming from you, of all people, Naruto. Asuma would say, as they had heard about him in the bingo book, as what deeds he had done in the Mist village and all that stuff. As they would say that, Kisame would speak up. Looks like you're quite popular over here, Naruto. Well, I guess that's it. I guess there's no other choice. Kisame, do not go overboard. Do not make the others alert about our presence in the village. Keep it minimum. As Kisame and Naruto would say that, Kisame would, grin. Dear dead meat. As Kisame would say that, soon the battle would begin. And Asuma and Kisame would be the first one to take in charge, as Asuma and Kisame would fight. Kunai would try to put Naruto and Kisame under the Genjutsu, but Naruto, who does have the Sharingan, pretty much reversed the Genjutsu on her, and after he does that, he tries to slice her head off with his kunai, but she dodges and Naruto kicks her away. As Kunai is just on the water, she would hear a voice from behind. You're good, but not good enough. As that voice would come from behind, that would be of Naruto. But then another voice would come from behind of Naruto with kunai on his neck. As that would have happened, Naruto would have turned around to meet another Sharingan user, Kakashi. As eventually Kisame would go through the water dragon jutsu and Kakashi would pretty much copy it with his shadow clone. As Naruto and Kakashi would start speaking, those eyes haven't changed at all. The youngest to ever awaken the Mangekyo Sharingan, and not to mention the youngest to awaken the Sharingan at the age of 4 years old, Naruto. Kakashi would think in his mind as he would look at Naruto. Looks like you joined the dark side, huh? Just because of a little bit of misfortune that happened in your life. Kakashi Hatake. Naruto would say as he would look at Kakashi dead in the eyes. You are quite a bit fearful of shinobi. No one would think that after what has happened to you, you would still want to live. Honestly, you are sort of surprise me. As Naruto would say that Kakashi would, of course, appreciate the compliment. But then, as soon as that would happen, Naruto would take out 4 shurikens from his hand, as Kakashi would immediately go through hand signs and go through his water wall jutsu, and as Naruto would go through a water spiraling jutsu towards Kakashi. As Kakashi would, as he would think that, his speed of his jutsu is this incredible, he could not even see the hand signs. As Naruto, who would come behind Kakashi, would say, you're good, but not good enough. Naruto would say that he would, stab Kakashi in the back, but Kakashi that Naruto stabbed would be a clone as he would turn into water. Nice going, Kakashi. Kurenai would say as he would grab the kunai from underneath the water that Kakashi had passed on to her. But as Kurenai would say that, Kakashi would jump out of the water and, take her out of it. Get away, Kurenai. That one is a shadow clone. As Kakashi would say that the shadow clone or the Naruto that was in front of Kurenai would blast off in a black flames. As that would have happened, everyone would look at Naruto. Who is just staring back at them with, just his normal Sharingan? As soon Naruto would start speaking. Well, you use the Sharingan better than most members of the Uchiha clan, Kakashi, and I commend you for that. But you do not have the body of one, meaning that you do not have the stamina to keep it up, unlike me. Naruto would say as he would look at Kakashi, as Kakashi would think, you can maintain, yes, he's right, that you don't have the stamina to maintain the Sharingan for long. Not only that, Kakashi would think, as he would think that Naruto has, freaking Uzumaki level chakra reserves, and also is a natural born Uchiha, so it's pretty bad that Naruto can maintain the Sharingan longer than any Uchiha actually, since his Uzumaki chakra reserves. Naruto would start speaking again. Do you know why the Uchiha clan is feared by all and known by all? I'll show you what the Sharingan can truly do when wielded by the true Uchiha. As Naruto would say that his eyes would start to change and as it would turn into a Mangekyo Sharingan. As that would have happened, Kakashi would tell Asuma and Kurenai to close their eyes. As Kakashi, they would do it, and Kakashi would, just confront Sharingan versus Sharingan with his own eye. As Naruto would start speaking, "You're quite good. You're able to resist it up until now, but not for long enough." Naruto would say, as his Mangekyo would start glowing, and soon Kakashi would be caught under a genjutsu that is specific to Naruto alone, and this genjutsu was taught to him by Obito. As Kakashi would be in a world of just complete utter and chaos, as he would look around to see Obito and Rin stripped in a pole, and they would curse at him and just throw rocks at him. It is making Kakashi traumatized from inside out. Not just pain, not inflicting emotional pain as well. Soon, Sakumo would be there too, just saying Kakashi that he did not save him. Obito and Rin would say the same thing too. And when the genjutsu would be over, soon Kakashi would come out of the genjutsu after like 10 seconds, as he would drop to his knees, as then he would look at Naruto, like genjutsu was something. The Mangekyo Sharingan is on a completely different level. Kakashi would think that as he would continue to sigh, because Naruto's Mangekyo Sharingan was not this was not a specific Mangekyo Sharingan genjutsu like Tsukuyomi and stuff, because Naruto does not have any specific genjutsu with his Mangekyo, have given him some other abilities. As Kakashi would start to think that this boy is crazy, right? It makes sense that why he was able to do what he did at the Mist Village. Soon as that would have happened, chains would erupt from the ground as they would push Kisame back, who would have went for to kill Kakashi after he had revealed about the Akatsuki and all that stuff. Soon change would come out of the water, and soon Itachi and Kushina would have arrived in front of Kakashi. As they would have arrived, Kushina would have gotten a little emotional seeing Naruto there, but she would have gotten hold of her emotions, as Naruto would be the one to speak. Itachi-san and Kurenai-san and Kushina-san, as Naruto would say that Kushina, her heart would hurt a little to see Naruto's calling her Kushina instead of mom and all that stuff. As Naruto and Itachi would be the one to start speaking. Naruto, to think that you have joined the Akatsuki, that's how low have you dropped? As Itachi would say that, Naruto would look at him. You were Suisui's closest friend, Itachi, and yet I bet that you have awakened the Mangekyo Sharingan, just like I did even during his death. Naruto would say that Itachi would activate his Mangekyo in response. Yes. And because of that, Itachi would say as his right eye would start bleeding. As Itachi would try to put Naruto under the Tsukuyomi, as Naruto was making direct eye contact with him. But to Itachi's shock and utter horror, Naruto would break out the Tsukuyomi as soon as he entered it. Naruto would start speaking with Itachi. That genjutsu won't work on me, Itachi. Only a Mangekyo Sharingan genjutsu user can break out of your own Tsukuyomi, and unfortunately for you, that is me. Naruto would look at Kisame then. Kisame, let's go. The one we are searching for isn't here. Getting Kushina is gonna be a hassle after there's so many people here. Not to mention, I already sensed the Anbu and many of the Jonins coming around. Let's go. Because Naruto would say that Kisame would just look at all of them and say, they don't know how lucky they are. After he would say that, he and Naruto and Kisame would vanish. Soon Naruto and Kisame would appear in a hill, on top of a hill, spying on Jiraiya and Menma, who are walking towards to get Kushina. To get Tsunade back into the village to pretty much heal everyone and all that stuff. As that would have happened, everything pretty much goes the same until the point of Naruto confronting Menma. As the door, as Menma would go to open the door, he would see red eyes and blonde hair. He would recognize bro. Menma would say as he would jump back to see Naruto there, and then soon as soon as that would happen, Menma would try to stall for Naruto and all that stuff, but Naruto really doesn't allow it. He breaks Menma's arms, and he tells Kisame to chop his leg off until, chop his leg off so that, he cannot run and, bring on his father. But as soon as Naruto would say that, Menma would apply, chakra to his kunai because, he's getting beaten badly. And Minato would arrive in a yellow flash to kick Naruto away, who is just about to slice Menma's legs off, just to not let Menma run away. As Naruto would, skid back a little bit and, just confront his father, you, fourth Hokage. Naruto would say as Kisame would appear beside him, Menma, are you alright? Minato would say as he would, kneel down beside his son, as Menma would say, yeah, I'm fine, Dad. Do not let them escape. Kill him right here and right now. Menma would say as Minato would nod. I'm not letting you both escape. Naruto, you can still come back to the village. We can still fix things. Minato would say as he would try to convince Naruto to come back to the village, but Naruto would, just look at him and say, don't you think it's far too soon for you to say about your opinions, Minato? As Naruto would say that, Minato would look at him. I see. I do not want it to come to this. But if it does, Minato would say as, his eyes would start to change. Naruto would narrow his eyes at Minato. Yes, those are the eyes that I need in order to achieve the internal. Naruto would say that in his mind as, with Hashirama cells and, with specifically Hashirama cells and his Uzumaki healing abilities, Naruto was able to heal his Sharingan with, the overuse of Mangekyo too, but it was getting a lot straining on him, especially when he used the Susanoo and all that stuff. Minato's Mangekyo would awaken, and soon Minato would appear behind Naruto in a yellow flash, as Naruto would say. That's his Mangekyo ability, to teleport behind anyone and anywhere that he just sees in sight. As Naruto would say that, he would block Minato's three-prong kunai that came for his back. As Kisame would go to slice Minato in half, but Minato would vanish in a yellow flash, appearing a distance away. And Naruto would just look at Minato, who's in a distance away. Soon Naruto's eyes would also morph into the Mangekyo. This would make Minato's eyes widen. I heard about it, but to think that you have the same eyes as me, Minato would say as Naruto would look back at him. And those set of eyes that you have, father, will soon belong to me. As Naruto said that, a Rasengan formed right in Minato's hand. We'll see about that, Naruto. Minato would say as a fire chalk would start to surround the Rasengan. Is that so? Naruto would say as he would bring out a sword that was gifted to him by Obito. But this is a special sword. A black lightning would start to surround Naruto's blade as black lightning of black flames. Naruto would look at Minato. Let's see who's really the strongest. Namikaze. Naruto would approach Minato with his sword, and soon they both would clash their chakra, their abilities. And one thing that they noticed was, Minato noticed was in particular, that his Rasengan was sliced in half. Minato's eyes would be widened that, the sword could just slice his Rasengan in half, as Naruto would kick Minato away. Soon Naruto would appear behind Minato with the sword held high up and try to bring it down, but Minato would vanish in a yellow flash. Soon he would take Menma too and vanish in a yellow flash, appearing a distance away, specifically where Jiraiya was. As that would have happened, Naruto would say, they escaped. Naruto would say as Kisame would look at Naruto with a little bit of worried look. You're overusing your eyes. I do take it that your Mangekyo ability is broken, but you're overusing it. Naruto grabbed his right eye in pain as, it was bleeding a bit. Naruto simply sighed as he wiped the blood away. I need the Namikaze's eyes. as soon as possible. Naruto thought in his mind as Minato's eyes was something that he needed immediately so that he could get the internal Mangekyo. Naruto and Kisame soon went to the Akatsuki to inform that the Minato had escaped via his flying Raijin Jutsu, and that was something that Pain was able to accept as an excuse. So once that happened, pretty much the time skip happens, in which I'll cover in the next part, and then yeah, pretty much that's it for this part. And if you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel and also like this video and share this video to many of your friends as possible so that we can help the channel grow. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Until then, peace out and have a really nice day, guys. Peace.